Seriously, no gloss works like this.
When you lose someone important to you, it can't be or often the words that run through your saddened head.
No, you're lying, and also, oh my god, can work as well, but it can't be will do. I get that Lemony lost someone named Beatrice, but this is engraved in Josephine's fallen house, so why is it here?
It is my job to report the history of the Baudelaire orphans, but it can't be that you have nothing better to do.
Well, it can't be that you keep telling me this.
Mr. Poe says we can always rely on Molturi money management.
At this point, I don't rely on them or anyone for that matter.
Who cares about grammatical errors when she jumped out a window?
You do realize that you're talking about a lady who is obsessed with grammar as much as being obsessed of fearing.
I must say, other than a gaping, middle-aged woman-shaped hole in the window, I can see no sign of struggle.
Mr. Poe doesn't know how glass works.
The point is that you can't just start jumping to conclusions. You've jumped to the conclusions that this note was a forgery, and now you're jumping to the conclusion that a villainous man who swore he'd stop at nothing until he got a hold of your parents' enormous fortune is involved in some plot to get a hold of your parents' enormous fortune.
That's basically what it is, dumbass.
This troop has been camped outside all night keeping an eye on us.
Klaus, do you really think the henchmen would stay when Mr. Poe arrived?
Imagination's all well and good for children's books or digital entertainment, but this is real life.
Yeah, in real life, clearly a man can dress himself up as someone else, makes an impression, and convince the whole world that he's a different person without any suspicions. Also, the word online and digital in this series once again confused the out of the audience to what era this is supposed to take place in.
Captain Shams invited us all to a restaurant to talk this over. By some strange coincidence, he called me accidentally, trying to reach a knife store to buy a surprise for some children he knows.
I swear to God, Mr. Poe is so stupid and oblivious, I wouldn't trust him with anything.
If he's in disguise, as you claim, the eyes of Poe will catch it immediately.
The eyes of Poe wouldn't. A clown-themed restaurant? I mean, I'm not saying I'm afraid of clowns, but that's really strange theme for a food place. Plus, not everyone, like me, isn't afraid of clowns.
Josephine was she and I met at cooking school. We were oven partners in the advanced baking course.
You weren't oven partners, and Josephine was desperately afraid of turning on an oven.
The voice lowering, the facts that the orphan said, and the entirety of Sham's story of how he met Josephine gives away that he's Olaf, but Poe noticed nothing out of the ordinary.
I want to emphasize straight away that the Baudelaire fortune will still be under my supervision until Violet comes of age.
And this is another problem with Olaf's plan. If he does become a guardian of the orphans, what does he do next? Clearly not try to marry Violet again, since that didn't work last time. And if he tried to kill the orphans, he wouldn't get the fortune. So what is he planning if he managed to be their guardian?
I will prove to you that Captain Sham and Count Olaf are two completely different people, step by step, as if you were babies. Count Olaf has one long eyebrow. Captain Sham has one eye patch.
Take off the hat and lose the eye patch then.
Count Olaf has a tattoo of an eye on his left ankle, while Captain Sham has half a broomstick where his left ankle should have been.
Then take off the f***ing fake peg leg.
Count Olaf will have only just met Aunt Josephine, while Captain Sham has known her for many years.
But that's just what Sham said in words, which can be a lie. That's free.
Count Olaf is a murderous man who's only interested in your parents' money, while Captain Sham has expressed great interest in raising you children without touching a single penny.
And now for 4, he could be lying.
Everyone is allergic to something.
Not me. Yohi guy is allergic to nothing. I am not joking. So take that, Joe.
Baudelaire orphans were allergic to peppermint.
Okay, I can get that someone can be allergic to peppermints, but all of the Baudelaires are allergic despite their age differences? That means it's a family allergy. Why is Lemony and the cameraman pulled down under the table just to see the Baudelaires getting their peppermints?
We're having allergic reaction.
You know, the Baudelaires are quite calm and okay after having an allergic reaction.
But how are we gonna get all the way back up to Aunt Josephine's house?
Cab driver ex machina. Wait, didn't Josephine said that she has a history of nouns and an encyclopedia of verbs? But according to the book titles, it's the other way round.
This is Larry, your waiter. Alive? Peru?
Larry the waiter speaks the words out loud for the hench people to hear. The parents can able to fly a plane that's riddled with bullet holes.
How are we gonna get to the Curdle Cave?
It looks like the Fickle Ferry goes to the Lavender Lighthouse, which is right next to the cave.
I saw the schedule when we arrived at Damcleth Rock.
How convenient! Thunder lightning destroys house, which is perfect timing because if any of this episode didn't happen, then Aunt Josephine would have died from her fallen house. Sunny's teeth must be made out of something harder than steel for all this bullshit she's doing. Good thing the books flip to the part where it shows a telescope that Klaus would notice. That is not how paper works. This picture looks like everyone was photoshopped into an art picture. Then the camera cuts into here, showing the parents, but in the next episode we find out that these are not the Baudelaires. So does that mean these are the children's parents? Show that tells you to look away and have stupid adults decided to give physics a middle finger. A very tiny object caused the entire building to collapse cliche.
And if you watch the Baudelaire orphans steal a sailboat and sail across Lake Lachrymos in the middle of Hurricane Herman.
We're gonna steal a sailboat, sail across Lake Lachrymos in the middle of Hurricane Herman.
Stealing! Also, Joe just said that.
We're stealing these too!
Violet breaks the basic stealing rules, which is not to say what you're going to steal, especially out loud. This sticker confuses me. I know it's supposed to say that chance of survival is 0, but if you put the cross on 0, that means the chance of surviving is not 0. See what I'm getting at? Also, even if there's a chance of surviving Hurricane Herman is 0, then how come the Baudelaire survived it? Remember, there's always 1%, but never 100%. I can get that the cave is for sale so Josephine can come along with the children, but who would in their right mind sell a freaking cave for housing?
Whatever word that was, Sonny, it was grammatically incorrect.
No, it wasn't.
When Captain Sham told me that he was really Count Olaf.
Why would he show his identity to Josephine? Would that make more of a risk, especially in public?
Dear Shammy.
Don't reference The Shining here, Olaf. How in the world did that statue make a statue-sized hole in glass? I complained about this in the beginning of this episode. Captain Sham threw away a matchstick that can be evidence associated to him that caused Josephine's death. Okay, how is there a jet ski when we didn't saw one in the previous episode?
Aunt Josephine?
Aunt Josephine?
Such incredible timing. But I remember the Baudelaires reacting and rushed downstairs the second they heard the window smash.
I am going to live here for the rest of my life, and there is nothing you can say that will change my mind.
Well, give her a fear of caves would do it. Or maybe that convenient sale signs that shows that a real estate agent wants to sell this cave would also do it. Here's a banana, which means the leeches would come for Aunt Josephine. But I'm surprised that out of all the irrational fear she has, slipping over a banana and cracking your neck isn't on her fear list.
Your mother had just wrestled one of our enemies to the ground when she turned to me and said, uh-oh.
At the last second, something bad will happen and Josephine will surely die in this. With this much leeches and how they can bite through wood, I'm surprised that the boat isn't sinking.
Nobody's gonna throw you overboard.
Sunny foreshadows.
Fire alarms.
Fire alarms are an excellent way to signal for assistance. We need noise, we need light.
Like a signal? Just say signal and not fire alarm. Good thing a plane would pass by, and the plane happens to be piloted by the parents. How convenient that the parents' pilot would look at his binoculars while the lighthouse shines on them that reflects on the spyglass that caused the light reflection so that it hits directly onto another glass that caused the scarf to set aflame. Now tell me how scientifically possible for this to happen. What are the odds that Count Olaf is sailing this boat? As expected.
Yes, I was going to betray you, and these 3 children gave me the courage to do so.
Josephine is being brave in the wrong time. Now she's going to die.
All these years, nothing but hide in my house. Well, enough of that. My house can topple off a cliff for all I care.
Just like it did a few minutes ago.
Count Olaf.
Gasping.
It's have. You said, after all the secrets we had shared, you should have said, after all the secrets we have shared, you made a serious grammatical error.
Aunt Josephine's last words is to correct a grammatical error. Holy shit! What a way to go. This series is getting darker by the minute.
For this reason, the Baudelaires did not think Josephine Schmosephine. They thought, we hope Aunt Josephine is safe.
Even though they saw her getting ripped to pieces by the leeches. Hey look, a good way to get to the next episode.
You said you were going to go straight home and rest, but instead you steal a sailboat and push Josephine's house down a hill?
Mr. Poe believes that the Baudelaires are responsible for a house collapse at the edge of the cliff.
He murdered Aunt Josephine in cold blood.
Actually, cold water.
Mr. Poe didn't hear that. Sonny waited 2 episodes to do this.
Perhaps the peg leg was false, but I have never seen this tattoo in my life.
Oh, come now, that won't work either. You tried to hide the tattoo with the peg leg.
Really, Mr. Poe? Now you realize he's Count Olaf? Seriously, how is Mr. Poe this blind?